here. So let's start with week 2. See what's going on. Light me my flowers again. I haven't smoked in so long. I miss these flowers. Hi. This card always get me mad tight, bro. Oh my god. Cleanse that shit from my life real quick. Chill, let me chill before this shit come to bite me in the ass. Do you see this card? Anytime this card come up in a spread, I'm just like, ooh, like. When I was dating my ex, this card used to come up all the time. Shit used to get me wild tired. We like, what is you doing? Anyway. 22nd to the 29th. So we have a very interesting spread for this week. There's definitely going to be an energy of people trying to save face. People trying to allude to a sense of misguided friendliness. People trying to allude to a sense of wanting to snuggle up to people. And a lot of these people are going to be people they never even liked. Just because they want things. Just because they're trying to fix their karma in a way that is not genuine. Excuse me. And also kind of just creating a funky energy. So what we have right now is the 7 of Swords. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. We have Strength reversed, and we have 5 of Pentacles reversed, right? This is mostly going to be happening out of a sense of loneliness. It feels like after the full moon in Virgo, there are going to be a lot of people feeling like they are not leveling up in the ways that they want to, right? So we're talking about all this evolution, we're talking about this fun. There are going to be people that are not doing the work, or that feel like piggybacking off of other people who are doing the work will, and I'm feeling chills, y'all, so please listen. I'm feeling this moving through the heart. They feel like they need to piggyback off of people who are doing the work in order to get some form of riches or abundance or clout or know-how or whatever. And these people, instead of just asking or paying, would rather just sidle on in, right? So what we're not gonna do is fuck with those people. But what we can do is extend advice in the form of, I see what you're doing, I understand why you are doing it, but this is not the way you're gonna get what you need, right? This also comes in the form of people doing this because they feel like they are left out of the places they wanted to be the whole time. So there might be some shifts in, or not even some, but very big shifts in the ways people get things done. So a lot of this is going to go in the form of people reaching out to new creatives to bring together collectives, people forming new alliances, and the people who feel like they're being left out of those things. Obviously there are going to be some people that are just able to come in and do their thing and do what they need to do in a way that is mutually respectable. However, in terms of the people who feel left out, they feel like they are being left out because of some form of like or let's backtrack. Spirit is keeping them out of these situations because the other people know what's happening already. Like the energetic state of the other people know what's going on, right? So it feels like instead of just admitting where people went wrong or where that person went wrong, they would rather just play it off as something else. what they're going to have to do is develop the state of being where they allow themselves to humble themselves, to admit where they might have been wrong, and to stop creating a state of self-exclusion. Is that my cat? Of course it is. Of course you're in here. You're always in here. Yeah. So this also comes with the state of people who have dealt with similar situations reaching out to extend love and support to these folks, reaching out to acknowledge that they understand what that is like, and extending a loving hand, extending a loving arm, being able to clear that karma by pulling up, right? So there's always going to be the energy where people can choose to gossip, people can choose to be shady, people can choose to create more misunderstanding. But amongst all of this too, there are going to be people that are being excluded for reasons that they should not be excluded for. There's also the energy of people not knowing what the underface is, right? So with this card, with the 7 of Swords, I normally don't like this card, and most of the time I still don't, because the normal depiction of this card is a person who's taking swords from people while they're sleeping, right? So this is a person who is manipulative, this is a person who sabotages others, but it can also represent you sabotaging yourself. It can represent you sabotaging yourself through another person, or through an experience, or through something you know you should not be doing, right? So it also feels like there's going to be a strong energy of people manipulating themselves out of growth, out of beautiful bonds, out of friendships, because they do not have all the facts. So this is going to look a lot like people trying to create circles of love and kindness and growth without the necessary people to do that, because they don't understand all the facts, because they don't know what they're fully talking about or why they're fully disengaging from people. So sometimes it'll take the courage of reaching out and getting the whole story before creating an idea, and before doing things that are going to affect people negatively, before pulling in actions or speaking ill of people where you don't know exactly what's happening. So the energy of he said, she said, of this is happening, or I think this is happening, is also going to play a very big role, where we have to be very careful with what we say about others and how we have that translated to whom we say it to. So it's really going to be about having the strength to, one, mind your business, but also if it's something where you feel pulled to do something because the crowd is doing it, question who the crowd is. Question how aware this crowd is. Question what morals this crowd is going by. Question what this crowd says they're about and what they're actually doing. Question how all of this moves. And question how you choose to move in the midst of that, right? If we're not in control of ourselves and our inner power, we can't be in control of ourselves and community. And then what the fuck is our community? Because none of us know what the fuck we're doing, right? Damn, my phone vibrated as soon as I say some shit. Heard it. So, along with that, there definitely seems to be an aspect of ego shaking at this point, because with success reversed, strength reversed, you cannot be so intent on strong-arming a so-called competition or enemy that you forget to be stable within yourself, that you forget to have the courage to love other people and rehumanize other people, and that you conversely don't step up for yourself. That you don't say, this is happening because of this. This is happening because we collectively know this has happened, right? So it can really go either way depending on your situation, but the underlying collective message is that you know what you're talking about. You know what has happened with what. that you're asking actual questions instead of making assumptions, and that you aren't allowing an idea that has been stated by the collective to reprimand what you're doing. This also comes back to the karma we were talking about before with the thunderbolt. For a lot of you, this is going to be a repeated circumstance of a situation you've dealt with before. And how you handle this is going to determine how your next success cycle goes. Because just as easily as that cycle can go wonderfully, you talk the wrong shit this time, it'll fuck you over. So it looks like it could be, it's a very sensitive thing. You gotta be careful, right? So with the last little part, change is upright. Change is like one of the only upright cards in the spread. And the outsider's reverse. So you can change the cycle of feeling like you're excluded or that you are excluding, the cycle of feeling like you are a burden, the cycle of feeling like others have to be burdensome to you, feeling like you have to be the one to pick other people up in communities, feeling like you have to be the person to pick other people up in a group. This is something I've had to deal with, and it can be a very exhausting lesson to learn, but it's necessary because you are not here to pick everybody up. You're not. And you're not here either to be picked up by everybody, right? This whole thing is all about taking responsibility and care of yourself. So be mindful of that, right? I feel like Selenite wants to say a little something. Hi, pretty. What's going on? Basically, don't do too much this week in the ways of focusing on relationships. Do more work on focusing on you. If things seem to get or tend to get a little bit too heavy in how you relate to others, be more present for yourself. Be more present in the nudges. I feel like Selenite mostly wants to expand on this. This is the card where everything comes down. Your relationships this week are only going to be outer mechanisms of how you treat yourself, how you take care of yourself, and how you allow yourself to be held. So, if you feel you are not being held adequately, it is your job to hold yourself first and reach out second. When you reach out to the people that are present for you, that ask for you, that look for you, the people that send for you in kindness. This is not the time to self-sabotage. Go where you are asked to be. Go where you are needed. Go where you are loved. Go where you are loved. Go where you are loved. Okay? Cool. So let's see the astrological aspect of that week. Alright, this is a relatively quiet week with an energetic but minor aspect between the Sun and Mars and a conflict and sign change for Venus. On Wednesday, February 27th, when the Sun makes a sextile to Mars, it's time to take advantage of this slight energy bump by making things happen at work or play. Right. Love and finances take a hit on Friday, March 1st. Ooh, that's a little bit further along. We're not there yet. Again, 29th, that stops at the 29th. So this was week 2. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, share with your friends so they could be in the know too. This is also highly convenient because you all know when to not fuck with each other, when to have the real conversations, and when to tune into each other. And you know, can also just say, you know, I've been feeling this for a little bit and Flo said it, so do we need to have a talk? And you have that talk in love. Because if y'all start arguing and shit and then you at me, I'm not going to know what to do. That's not about me. I'm just saying. Anyway, so like, subscribe, and share. You can also book me personally. The information will be down there, right? Down there. See you soon.